Hey there, Internet folks. Jeff here with Practically Tactical. I'm here with Eddie of Trijicon, and we're going to be talking about the MRO, the Trijicon MRO, as well as some of the Reflex sights and some of the different features and the genesis of the whole thing. So, Eddie, thanks a lot for being with us.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
My pleasure. So, tell us a little bit about the MRO and some of the features and the price point, which is so huge.
Sure. Well, you know, we've had the RMR, we had the SRS. The SRS was the first, solar powered, battery powered, hybrid type optic, and we've had the Reflex sights from the RX30s with the large objective lenses.
This guy right here?
Well, this is the RMR. But,
this is the RMR.
So we've run the gamut over the past few years. We were pretty much the innovators of having different size reflex optics. A lot of companies have one thing and they do it well. Well, we've run the gamut from handgun size RMRs to you can combo those up with magnified optics. And we've looked around and we decided the sweet spot is an MRO style optic. Obviously, the competition has had some similar products in the past. We looked at that really hard. We looked at the price point we needed to be at. It needs to be attainable for more people. We did realize that. We went away from fiber optics and tritium, which was a cost saver for us when doing that. We're known for fiber optics and tritium with the ACOG and the AccuPoint and being bulletproof. Well, we decided to make a reflex sight that does the same thing at an affordable point that most people can attain.
And with a long battery life.
Well, a long battery life. Just real quick, I'll go through some of the features on this.
Yeah, please.
What makes this so appealing is we kept it small, but not too small. We made a large objective lens compared to the competition, what's out there.
For better light gathering and just better
a little bit better
field
of view. That's a little bit of a misnomer because if you use a reflex style optic properly, you're not paying any attention to anything but that dot and your target. Both eyes open, you're keeping the dot out there on the target. You're not thinking about what's going on inside the optic.
Right.
You're projecting that dot out onto the target with your vision. So it's point and shoot, both eyes open, and you don't need a lot to accomplish that. And so we designed that into the MRO. The sub-flush adjusters, if you notice here, there's no way sand, dirt, grime, you're not going to bump this on your rig. I mean, nothing's going to turn the windage or elevation settings. There are no caps to lose. So it's basically all flush. It's low speed. High speed, low drag. You've got your adjustments on top now instead of the side like some of the competition. If you're carrying this and your adjustment knobs are like banging against everything, and you don't have to worry about that. That is why that's on that. It's not on that side. It's on
so a lot of thought clearly went into the development of this optic.
Absolutely, and it's designed so if you've got your strong arm on, you reach up with your left hand. Most people are going to be right-handed that are using it, and it's easy to use on and off. You've got 2 night vision settings, and then 6 brightness adjustments right on top. 30,000 hours on the battery, so you can leave it on. We call it 3 years on a number 4 setting, but I tell people to change it out every year, and you're good to go. And you can just leave it on. Obviously, you can turn it off if you want, but why not? Just leave it on and change the battery once a year.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a really big deal because I don't want to have to think about doing anything. If I need to grab a rifle, I want it to be good to go right from the very get-go, optics on, lights ready, all that kind of stuff. So I think that's a huge thing.
Well, I want to bring it up real quick. I know you did some torture testing, and I thought I was going to be a little bit angry with you, but it turned out to be okay, so I was happy about
If you haven't seen our video, we dropped my rifle, thank you very much, off of the 20-foot shot tower to test the MRO, both the MRO and the mount. Which was, another key component of having an optic. It doesn't matter how good the optic is if it's failing because the mount dropped it 20 feet onto gravel and wound up actually breaking my rifle, made it a single-shot rifle, and the MRO was still good to go and the mount was still solid, and it held at 0, which was just super impressive.
That's really neat that you were able to go back to 100 yards and verify that you were on target.
We had steel right there, so it was just pop, 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 pop.
One thing I want to mention also briefly, we haven't talked about is the dot size. The 2 MOA dot. We feel like that is a sweet spot. You're talking 2 inches at 100 yards. You're not covering up too much of your target if you want to do some precision shooting, but you also have it large enough at close quarters that you can just paint the dot on whatever you want to shoot, squeeze the trigger, and it's there. So it's not too big, it's not too small. It's going to be visible in just about any lighting situation, especially with the adjustability. But that 2 MOA is just the right size for precision and speed. So you get a little bit of everything on there. The MRO comes with 3 base options from Trijicon. So you can get everything from full co-witness all the way down to a very small base. If you want to put it on an AK platform or a shotgun, or it's not just about ARs. Let's get that clear. We want to make sure people understand this will fit on just about anything.
Right.
Anything that you need fast target acquisition, close range, 100 yards and in. There are a ton of brands out there right now, other manufacturers that are making bases for the MRO. And, we totally advocate if they're quality, go for it. We can't provide, sometimes you want QD, you want different versions of the release mechanisms on the bases. And that's to come from Trijicon, but if you can get it from another really reputable OEM out there, go for it.
So you could get it not only tailored to a different weapon, but also a different co-witness, which is a great feature.
Absolutely. Or none at all, if you just want to shoot straight and go a little bit lower profile. But I think the 1/3 co-witness is going to be the most popular for most people. But
very cool.
So again, price point, you're talking MSRP of about $579, which is one of the huge draws for the. Honestly, this has been the most popular product we've released in a couple of years now. And
oh, wow.
Here at the show, it has been phenomenal.
Everybody wants to touch it. Everybody wants to look through it.
Well, and placing orders. I mean, they are
nice.
They're falling off the shelves. I mean, they're running to it. And I think it's the quality, the build, the thought that went into the product, and the price point. That's the last thing from Trijicon. You're talking $639 for the product with a base. MSRP, so street value is going to be a lot less expensive, but that's what we call MSRP for this. And
nice, and you get that bomb-proof Trijicon,
absolutely,
ruggedness.
Absolutely.
Now there were some other things you wanted to talk about as well in the video.
The only other thing I wanted to talk about here at the show, and over the past couple of years, we've seen a huge surge in handgun mini reflex integration. I've been a big proponent of that from day one, probably starting 5 years ago. Trijicon is really pushing law enforcement and the consuming public to start thinking more about using an RMR combined with their handguns. And, the RMR, this is on an AR platform, but just here at the show, I think we've seen 3 new manufacturers for 2015-16 that are integrating milled out slides for miniature reflex sights.
Yeah, Glock now has it for the 19 and the 17.
Absolutely. I saw that, obviously, Smith & Wesson has it. Walther came out with it. Carr came out with one this year. FN has one already. Yeah, exactly. So it is a wave of the future right now, and you're going to see a lot more of that integration in the handgun world.
Absolutely, and that's because of you guys.
Do a little testing on that. I'll invite you to get one of our RMRs and put it on whatever handgun you want to.
Okay.
Run through the mill.
We'll take it up, and you guys know how we use and abuse stuff, so that should be a great video.
Don't use it too much.
No, absolutely not.
All righty.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Eddie. Really appreciate you being in the video. Check out all of Trijicon's offering at Trijicon. Go online. You can check out the description boxes if you didn't already know what their website is by heart. If you like the video, go ahead and go below and like it, subscribe to our channel, and share this if you thought that this, you're digging what we're putting down for these 2016 SHOT Show videos. We'll see you in the next one.